Alibaba grew really unfettered. Alipay grew unfettered for the longest time. And they did so by creating jobs, by creating economic activity, things that were beneficial to China and the Communist Party. They started, we got to a point a few weeks ago where they started flying a little too close to the sun. Alipay, Tanvir, last time we spoke, I talked about how Alipay was too big to fail. Somebody in the Chinese government realized that. And then Alibaba is so big, so dominant, and Jack Ma's voice is so loud, and he may have been a little too loud, that the government and the party decided that they needed to rein both Alibaba and Jack Ma in, and to a certain extent, that's the same thing.
So what's the end game as you see it here, Gil? If size is the problem and the authorities feel that Alibaba and Group have become too big to fail, is a breakup the way forward?
It might be a breakup, and there will certainly be more scrutiny. The practice that we're talking about right now is the practice of making retailers choose only one platform. If you sell on Tmall, you can't sell on other retailers. That seems like a business practice, but when you're as big as Alibaba is, that's monopolistic behavior. That's the kind of behavior that's going to be curtailed. Their control of social platforms is going to be curtailed. But at the end of the day, the engine for growth for Alibaba has and will continue to be the growth of the Chinese consumer and growth of online commerce. That's not going to change. And in fact, that's where Alibaba gets more than all of its profit. So yes, regulation will matter, but Alibaba will continue to grow through this.
Gil, isn't part of the problem and financial, because which Alipay is a part of, because it's giving traditional Chinese bank a real run for their money in terms of loans they take out, savings, insurance, and state banks are not really happy with this. So do you see regulators forcing Alibaba to return to its just purely payment position, or do you see regulators forcing Alibaba to put some capital requirements to sort of rein in its lending activities?
I think that's exactly right. And Financial has started selling so many financial products, and it's such a huge scale that, of course, the banks notice. And what the banks say, somewhat rightfully so, is that they are considerably more regulated than Financial is. It's the same in the US. The banks are considerably more regulated than Square or PayPal are. And in the US, Square and PayPal have gotten away with it. In China, they realize that if they let AnPay grow unfettered without regulation, they're putting their own banks, state-owned banks, at a disadvantage.